Scared why was
Shalom, family. All right, let me remove this. All right. Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody once again. Now, there have been a bunch of videos cropping up on TikTok about how people are saying they can't afford food anymore, or they don't make enough income like they used to be able to cover their bills and eat food, right? So now many of them are making a decision sometimes not to eat at all, just so their rent and bills can be covered. And it seems to be a growing problem in America, with all of the inflation that Donald Trump did not make a promise that he can get rid of. He pretty much said the inflation is going to be around. So that is a clear signal that he's not going to do anything about this inflation. In fact, with the tariffs, everything's going to go up even more. Yeah, CMO 27. Yes, the eggs are outrageous. They are. They're outrageous here in New Jersey too. And now it has gotten to the point, if you go in the supermarket for eggs, the cheaper eggs are always gone. And the more expensive ones are the only ones left if you need eggs. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, I have seen the eggs $9 here in New Jersey. You know, I used to always get my eggs from the farmer's market. And I said, I think I'm just going to go back to the farmer's market and get it because they're always cheaper than the supermarket. Because if you go in the supermarket for it, y'all, it is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you, dark skinned brother, for the super chat. Shalom, Lisa, my warrior sister and family in the chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen and we will get started. All right. Please give me a 1 if you can see the screen. Please give me a 1 if you can see the screen. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm going to take myself off the screen and I will play this.
Hey guys, I'm getting a little scared. Why was this $6? It's not even the family size. I'm scared.
I just want to say that it's fucking wild that as a 2-income household, my husband and I have come to the realization we can't afford groceries right now. Like, just straight up can't afford groceries. Because if we buy groceries, then we either won't be able to pay our rent or our electric bill, because both of those come out of this pay cycle and they will take the entire pay cycle. That's fucking bonkers. That's so fucking wild. We have 2 incomes and we cannot afford to eat, and we don't even have kids. Like, it's literally just the two of us, and we can't afford to eat with 2 incomes. That is just... But I mean, I guess, you know, that means we won't have to wash dishes because our dishwasher's still broken, as it has been for 2 months at the place that we pay so much in rent, you know? Wild.
Everybody looks at content creators and influencers like, dang, they must have it all, right? Like, no. Let me tell you what we were going through when we were living in Long Beach. If you don't know, I used to date another content creator, and at the time, both of us were doing YouTube, and nobody really knew how we were living. God, I'm done. If I find it, I'll post it right here. I used to have a beautiful apartment on Ocean Boulevard in Long Beach, right in front of the water. Like, the most beautiful place you could live. Well, in Long Beach. The place was no bigger than a damn shoebox. I kid you not, my kitchen was probably the size of my damn bed right now. And what people don't know is we literally had no money for groceries. We were literally house poor. Is that what they call it? Like, when you're basically living in a place that you can't afford, so you have to be broke with everything else in your life because you're just paying for your damn apartment. So I ended up going to this like little Mexican market that was walking distance from our house because I didn't even have gas to drive there. Not only did I not have money for gas, I didn't even have money to buy groceries, but instead I went to the grocery store, grabbed 3 packs of ramen so that I could have lunch that day and dinner and for the next day too. I don't remember exactly what the total was, but it couldn't have been more than maybe $3 for everything that I was buying, which was just ramen, and I was still short 10 cents. Luckily, the lady behind me heard that I was short by 10 cents and offered to pay for everything for me. That day, you guys, I never forgot how grateful I felt just that there was good people out there, just to know that I didn't have to share my story that I was so embarrassed about, that I will never put myself in again. I would never, ever, but this is also my 20s, put myself in a position to where I live good, but I'm not living good, if that makes sense. And unfortunately, some people still live like that today.
Anybody else want to have a little mini freak out with me? Because I just went grocery shopping and I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of going to the grocery store and having to do math every time I put something in my cart because everything is just so expensive. Like, I literally just got 4 bags of groceries, spent $75. How? Tell me, how did I do that? How did I do that when I only got stuff to make like 3 dinners and like a lunch? Tell me, how did I do that? And don't even tell me to start budgeting, because my budget went out the window when groceries started costing me like I just can't. I'm so tired of not being able to afford. Just like, I want to go to the grocery store and just get what I need and not think about it. I don't want to have to worry about it. And maybe that's on me. Maybe I just need to get a better job. Maybe I need to work harder at TikTok to make more of an income. But like, it's just so frustrating when you feel like you're trying and nothing is working. Like, I'm fucking tired of having no money because all my money goes to groceries and gas, and it's ridiculous. It is literally so ridiculous how hard we are out here working, and it's like we have nothing to show for it. I have absolutely no idea how I'm gonna afford like Christmas like for my kids. Like, that, it's okay, Sheldon. It's okay. We will make it through because we always do. But I'm just tired. I'm just tired of things being the way that they are. And I know that everybody is riding the struggle bus with me. Like, it's not just me. But it's hard. It's hard out here. Like, how are you guys doing it? Tell me how you guys are buying groceries, because I feel like I do all the things. I use all the apps to save money. I buy store brand when it's cheaper. I shop and get snacks at the discount store. And we don't even really do a whole lot of snacks, but that's where, if I do get snacks, that's what I do. I get what I can there. And yeah, I really want to yell, but I feel like everybody in the parking lot would hear me, and I don't want to bring attention to myself. I'm just frustrated. I'm tired of feeling like, it honestly makes you feel like a failure when like you have to, not that budgeting is like something to feel like a failure about, but when it's like extreme budgeting just to afford the necessities, it's like you feel like a failure because you don't have enough. Like, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but hopefully I hope that you don't relate, but you know what I mean.
Groceries should not be this expensive. They should not be this expensive. I'm at Aldi right now and I'm about to get a few like filler items for our family. And yes, we have a big family. There's 7 of us. But I am so sick of the like grocery prices. My husband makes more money now than he's made in his entire working career. Yeah, I feel like our food, like we're not living outside our means. We pay all our bills, but once I like buy groceries, I don't feel like I have anything extra for anything else, like surprise doctor's appointments, sports, like anything else that pops up. Where do I cut the grocery budget? And there's nowhere to cut. I am so bare bones now on things. I've had to change our eating habits and what we're eating, what we're making. It's absolute garbage because my kids are getting older. They don't stop eating. They're all boys. And I don't know what's got to give, what has to give, because going grocery shopping is the most defeating thing that I have to do on a weekly basis. And I've been trying to buy smaller amounts at a time so that we're not wasting food. But I swear I buy it and 2 days later it's gone and I have to go buy more. And it's just like, I can't not eat. I can't not feed my kids. Like, I'll skip a meal if I have to, but with the amount we have coming in every month, it shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't, but it is. And I know a lot of other people are in this position right now, but when is something gonna give? Because I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
I just spent $7 on a bag of Doritos. $7. Hold on. I have to show you the bag. Hold on. I'm sorry. $6.29. It's not even a family size bag. So I'm an Aldi shopper and I prefer to shop there, but they don't have the blue Doritos. And my stepdaughter loves the blue Doritos, so I had to get them because school's coming up and I wanted to have a cute little lunch. Oh my God. $7. How are people supposed to, how am I supposed to afford life? Oh my God. Rant. Not over, but over for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, these folks ain't seen nothing yet. They ain't seen nothing yet. They have gone through this over the past few years. Do you know how defeated many of our people have been losing jobs? Once that job is lost, you couldn't pay your rent, you couldn't buy food, you couldn't do anything. And you prayed you could get hired somewhere else before things really fell apart. I have had friends that married, divorced, and then they literally fell and had to go and live in places that they thought they would never have to go back and live in. Our people were upset. We cried. We felt bad when we didn't have the money to really technically even take care of our own kids. We went through it all. They are just starting to feel this. And look at how they're reacting, y'all. Look at how they're reacting. They're just getting started. They're just getting started. And this is what, I mean, they're falling apart already, and they are literally just getting started with their judgment. And I'm like, wow, if you are falling apart now, what are you going to do? You know how many times families, especially our family, you may not have had nothing but $20 in your pocket. But see, we had been used to being with less. And we know how to walk in that supermarket with that $20 and make the best of it. We've always been in a situation like that. You know, I remember when I was a child, my mother used to have to wait for my dad to come home give her money to go grocery shopping. And sometimes he would drive home, hand her the money, and then drive back to work because we needed food in the house. We have all been down that road. Many of us have. Many of us have. But that's one thing I like about our people, because we have gone through so many tough times. We don't just sit around and cry over this stuff anymore. We get up and do what we have to do. That's what we do. Look, I've had a few friends that lost jobs and they had to buy everything out of the dollar store, because if they went to the regular grocery store, they would not have been able to afford to buy anything. Nothing. So they'll just go in the dollar store and make do with what they had, and just paid for the food and left. And they were like, I just can't go to a regular supermarket because they're going to charge me XYZ. So I'm just going to have to get everything out of Dollar General. But people did what they had to do. These folks cry like they have no choice but to go into one of these big name supermarkets and then come out and go to the parking lot and cry about it. Look, I remember a time in my life I lost my job. The farmer's market was so cheap. I would just go up and load up at the farmer's market. Back then, I mean, I could take $15 to the farmer's market and have a load of food in my trunk. That's how cheap it was. And you could buy everything in bulk. And like back in the 90s, you could get a whole bushel of peaches for $3 and some change. You could get, I think, like 40 eggs for like $4 and some I mean, it was dirt cheap. You could get everything, your greens, and like I said, 15, maybe $20. You could drive away with a trunk full of food back then. And that's what I would do whenever things were tight, budget was tight. I would go to the farmer's market because I know I could get the best for my dollar over there. These folks act like they don't have no choice but to go to a commercial supermarket and then cry about it. That's what I don't understand. It's like they don't know what to do. And it just proves right there, they have never seen a hard time in their life, y'all. And you can tell by the way they talk. It's like nobody got common sense. It's just like, if y'all remember back during the pandemic when we were all locked down, remember how they were crying over the toilet paper? I can't find toilet paper. If you remember, because I did a video on it, they were calling the police because they couldn't find toilet paper. And I was like, who the hell calls the police because they can't find toilet paper? If you don't have toilet paper and you really got to go to the bathroom, you get that bar of soap and that washcloth out. After you're done, wash yourself, dry yourself, and keep it moving. Wash your ass. That's what you do. What the hell? Call the police. But that's what these folks did. They called the police. Exactly, Kim King. Get some napkins. Get a box of tissues. You can even use a box of tissues as your toilet paper. There's all kinds of things you can do. Shoot, the dollar store, you could get 2-3 boxes of tissues for like $1. Because I know the ones by me were that cheap once upon a time. You could get a couple of boxes for $1 and put that in your bathroom and use that as your toilet paper. But call the police. I said, see, right there proves they never seen a difficult time in their life. They never seen it before. Exactly. When we were stretching our dollars. You know what we had a lot? Spaghetti. Spaghetti and meatballs. Because you know how cheap a box of spaghetti is? You can get that whole box for back then for under $1. All right. And then if you got some ground beef and some tomato sauce, you could get a cheap jar of tomato sauce. I used to make spaghetti for us a lot. It's very filling and it's a cheap meal. It's a very cheap meal. But I don't know. I don't feel sorry for somebody whining about I had to pay $7 for some Doritos. Well, then don't buy the damn Doritos. Seriously, don't buy the Doritos. How hard is it not to buy Doritos and you know you don't have the money? Damn. For real? She act like somebody was putting a gun to her head at the checkout line. You didn't have to buy those Doritos. You don't have to buy the store brand or the big brand paper towels. You can buy the generic ones. They work the same. Just get the generic ones. Yeah, I don't eat Doritos anymore. I did when I was younger, but I don't know. That's not one of my go-to things. If I did want a snack, a bag of Doritos is not my go-to thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, great value. There's a couple of shop right out here. They got one no frill name brand called a bread and basket. So you can get the no frill stuff, but I don't know. I can't feel sympathy for a person holding up a bag of Doritos and then whining about what you had to pay for it. At the end of the day, a bag of Doritos is not necessity. You can live without that bag of Doritos. Yeah, I like lasagna. Some of the cheaper meals, small Levi, are actually good. Shoot, if you know how to hook it up, it's actually very good. You know, and like I said, we had the pie. I had the mac and cheese. I would have the kosher noodles and would just get the cheese myself and just put that in. But pasta is something that's always been cheap. Just get the kosher pasta. Yes, you can get rice and beans is always a good filling and healthy food. You can definitely have rice and beans. Soup is cheap to make too, depending on what kind of soup you like, but you can get soups that only require a few small ingredients and that's it. And you don't have to wait for spring to start a garden. Y'all can get those arrow gardens. I got some. I got like 3 of them. And in those arrow gardens, you can grow tomatoes, bell peppers, all kinds of herbs. You don't have to wait for spring, and that way you're always having something growing year round at your house. I got 3 of them. You can get some lettuce to grow, tomatoes, all kinds of herbs, and and you're good to go. You know, just start out with a small one, and they're really great to have, and they grow fast. They grow really fast. Yeah. Now, soup, I love making soup. When you go through tough times, boy, that soup can last. You make a big enough, especially in one of those big stock pots, you could eat that soup 3 times a day and still have plenty left. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they think it's bad now. Wait until Donald Trump, he said he's going to do those tariffs on day one, which means the prices are going to jump up immediately everywhere. Everywhere. It is not going to take long for those prices to trickle down. It's going to happen instantly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And y'all, use those coupons. Those, you can get the electronic coupons or even the paper coupons still come in the mail. Use the coupons for real, especially if you're going in the stores. Man, I remember back in the day, I would have an envelope stuffed with coupons, and I would go in the store and hand a whole stack to the cashier, and it would take so much off of the food. I used to love it. Mhm. Yeah. And speaking of cabbage soup, wait until summer, spring and summer come. Cabbages are generally very cheap, but you can grow your own cabbage too. Mhm. Yeah. So, but it's amazing just listening to them because it's almost like they don't know what the hell to do. But at the end of the day, y'all, they were the ones that set the society up this way. You set everything up like this. You could have spared people a lot. I to this very day, I don't believe we should be charged for water. I mean, water falls free from the sky, and we get charged for water. It's a lot of the stuff is absolutely ridiculous. If they would have left certain things alone, it would actually been, you would have had higher prices, but you would have said, okay, well, at least I don't have to pay for XYZ. No, anything that got a pulse, they want to put some price tag on it. And y'all set this society up. You're complaining about it, but y'all set it up. And this is the way you wanted it. But one thing it did teach me, I now understand why the Most High don't want all of this capitalism in the world, because it does nothing but destroy societies eventually. Because the people on top are never going to stop being greedy and wanting more, and and making more demands on the people that have less. They're never going to stop doing that. Mhm. Oh yeah. See, y'all know a million and one things to do if you were in their situation, but they don't seem to know. And that says a lot about who really had privilege up in here and who didn't. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. And just be on the lookout for my videos that will be coming out a little later. Shalom, family. Oh, let me thank my super chats. I did not mean to cut out of here without saying thank you. Dark Skin Brother, Shalom Lisa, my warrior sister and family in the chat. Thank you for the super chat. Again, thank you for the super chat. Exactly, Lisa. They got 900 million miles to go. They ain't made it a half a mile yet. You got that right. And Dark Skin Brother, thank you again. Your super chat says they have no idea what a hard time is, but they will find out soon than they think. Yes, sooner than they think. Yeah, you're right about that. They ain't gonna have a choice but to find out along with all these other groups, you know. But always remember, they're not going in captivity alone. I know we always talk about Esau, but no, it's going to be a lot of people on this planet other than Esau going into that captivity. And don't think for one moment these folks from South America that hop the fence and start hating us immediately. Oh, many of them are going into captivity too. Okay. And a lot of these people that join in and hating us for no reason, many of them are going in captivity. So Esau gonna have a lot of company. Once they go in captivity, they gonna have a lot of company with them. They sure will. Thank you for the super sticker. Oops. October Opal. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be funny, y'all, because when it comes around, watch how many of them are going to start claiming to be Black. They're not claiming it now because they think, you know, they think them folks are the winning team. But wait until they find out they're not. You're going to have so many people, they going to all of a sudden find their Black grandmothers, Black grandfathers. Oh, this person is Black and their sisters are married to a Black guy and their brothers married to, you know what I mean? You're going to get all of that. And, you know, the $5 Negroes are coming. You can best believe that. They are coming. Oh, man, it is going to be funny when everybody start trying to run away from the things they have claimed all this time, for real. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We gonna have $5 Negroes, y'all. You just wait and see. I know what I'm talking about. And everybody is all of a sudden not going to be a racist. I have never been a racist towards Black people. I've had Black friends, and my whole life you're gonna start hearing all that stuff. I have never said a hateful thing about Black people. Be like, yeah, what? But that's okay. Their denials is not going to make any difference. The Most High knows what's in their heart. He knows who and what they really are. So it doesn't matter what they stand there and say on the surface. For real. It don't matter. So y'all, please enjoy the rest of your day. Please enjoy the rest of your day, family. Shalom.